Bullseye and Zelascelar pull out Bowls. Those are some very interesting picks. Bowls makes sense, as does Bullseye. See, you kind of have to do what Zelascelar just did, where you have to drop from the top to the bottom without losing your boost, but he dropped his boost there anyway. It's actually possible to hold your boost through most of that. Very clean boost from Zelascelar. Davey lost a little bit of time, it looks like. But also Zelascelar has Bowls, who, when boosting, is much faster than Bullseye.
Yeah, I think David's more comfortable with Bullseye. I don't think he feels very confident with some of these other pods. I think that's the problem here.
And the bitrate is kind of low, so we're reading him. Oh, and Davey crashes into the wall there. That's unfortunate. That's going to give Zelascelar a bit of a lead here. And, ooh! That's an unfortunate crash from Zelascelar. However, he will still maintain a lead of about a few seconds, probably about 3 or 4. Just because he built up a lot of that with Bowls. This is one of those tracks where I take Bowls more than I would take Bullseye. And neither player is going for the jump on top of the last tunnel kind of thing there. It's slightly faster, but it's very difficult because you can fall off. Yeah, very clean racing coming out of Zelascelar. And Davey as well, though it's kind of harder to tell because the stream seems to be lagging a little bit. So it seems that unless Zelascelar crashes, he will probably win this one. Purely because he's just that good, I guess.
This has been a very solid race from him so far.
Yeah, this is very nice, except for that one crash, but hey, it happens. A 221 with Bowls Ruer. Oh, and Davey crashes again at the very end there.
Yeah,
oh, it's actually a 220.97. So it's now 1-1. This is gonna be a fun match, I can tell already.
It might be again one of those situations where whoever picks the track has the advantage.
Yeah, Davey did win the first race though, so he has that counter pick advantage. So if they trade races back and forth off of I pick the track and then I win it, and then that means you pick the track and you win that. So if they trade races like that, Davey will win 5-4 because he won that first race. Zelascelar will continue banning Ben.
Well, I think Death
Wait, no,
he
doesn't. No, Zelascelar won. You don't get to ban Ben.
No, Zelascelar will just make a temporary track ban.
Yeah, he's. It's supposed to be Davey to make. Yeah, so it looks like Zelascelar thought Davey beat him there.
The Gauntlet, Executioner, and Adobe Mountain Run, and Abyss are all permanently banned. This match.
Abyss wasn't permanently banned, I don't think. Was it? I thought it was Executioner. That was the other one. Yeah, it was. Executioner was the other perma ban. So, Davey will ban Ben. Zelascelar will temporarily ban on another track. Most of, the semi-pro circuit's looking fairly open. None of those tracks are banned. So, perhaps we will see one of those taken. Never mind, Zelascelar just temporarily banned Zugga. So that's one of the tracks there.
He might go to Grabvine Gateway here.
Grabvine was banned.
Oh. Or Fire Mountain Rally.
Brew Coast. Ooh. So yeah, that's pretty close because Grabvine was banned, but that's still a fairly decent Barunda track there.
Yeah, I think he wants to ride with Bullseye. I think that's his plan here.
I would have gone for, if I was Davey, I probably would have gone for Fire Mountain Rally then, because Bullseye on that is pretty solid.
Yeah, I had a
I think,
feeling he was going to go to track.
yeah, I think Bullseye might be more consistent for Baru Coast. And Zelascelar is actually going for Neva Key. That's an interesting pick.
Yeah, definitely. We don't see too many Neva Key races, not
Mm-mm.
without the band Bullseye.
No, but it will be quite a fun thing to see. He's doesn't have as good boosting as Bullseye, but his pod is less fragile, so you'll be seeing a lot less death probably out of Zelascelar. But it all really comes down to practice.
I've got the feeling David might have been practicing this track because I think, if my memory serves me, he raced this on his last round but lost quite badly. So maybe see if he's improved here.
Well, it looks like he's going to take the early lead because Zelascelar crashed. It looks like Davey's stream is frozen up a little bit, but that's okay. So, yeah, Davey's a couple seconds ahead because of the crash. A little bit of underheating coming out of both of them. I don't think it's even possible to go through that bit without underheating a little bit.
No, I don't think it is. No, it's pretty difficult. His cooling is just so good.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on because Bullseye's stream seems to be lagging quite a bit, but...
It looks like he's ahead by about 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah. So he reached the red stripy bits around 121, and Zelascelar reaches them around 128, so it's actually about a 7-second lead for Davey.
Yeah, I think he's been practicing this track.
Yeah, he's looking very clean on it so far.
Yeah, 124 is pretty good for a first lap.
Oh yeah. And making it through that that beach there, you gotta take those longer boosts. Those are a lot more useful because they allow you to boost for longer. Oh, I think did he strategically crash there? Because he had an engine fire there. I think he maybe crashed himself to get rid of it.
Yeah, it looks like it, yeah.
That diminishes his lead a little bit.
Yeah, it might not be the best strategy though, because like we said earlier, his cooling's very good anyway, so...
Yeah, he still has about a 5-second lead, but... Yeah, it's interesting. Bullseye generally has a fast repair rate though.
I think Davey did this on one of his earlier matches as well, deliberately crashing into the wall.
I've done that before, but only when I have like 2 warnings on my engines or something.
You might do it with Gazgano with no upgrades because he has such poor cooling, but I don't think it's necessarily with Bullseye.
Gazgano no upgrades is the equivalent of waterboarding in my book, so I don't know, if you would use no upgrades Gazgano. I hope we do get to see that at some point in the tournament though, just because I like to see stuff like that.
Yeah, David using the ramps here, which is a bit interesting.
But overall, Davey looks far more solid than Zelascelar in this one.
Yeah, he's definitely prepared a little bit harder for this this next round compared to his first 2, I think.
He has a very significant lead right now. He'd have to crash quite a bit. Oh, there's the first one. But he'd have to crash more than just once for Zelascelar to catch up.
Yeah, don't jinx it.
Yeah, he's got about 3-second lead here. Or actually, more than that. Yeah, he has about a 6-second lead here, 7-second lead. And it looks like a 421? Yeah, I think so. 421 coming out of Davey. And a 429 coming out of Zelascelar. That's not
Yeah,
a bad time for either
that
of
was a
them, I
pretty
think.
good race for both of them. Yeah. I mean, on this track as well. I mean, 9 seconds isn't that big here.
Definitely not, but Davey will go up 2-1. This looks like it's going to be a good one if they're going back and forth on races, but it could come down to just who has the widest pool of good races. So Lascalar will
Yeah, and
continue the bend
Zelascelar
ban.
as well, picking the next track. So
All right, and let's see what Davey chooses to temporarily ban. We are Inferno. He's banning Inferno temporarily. So that leaves Lascalar up to pick Abyss. Oh, that's a spicy pick. I don't think... I'm certain we've probably seen Abyss at some point in this tournament, but this is the first time I've seen it.
yeah, I think Ace played it. I try to remember who he was racing at the time. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, it was. Oh, it was not Nacho.
Mm.
And yeah, it was. Abyss is always a very interesting race because if you fall onto the bottom section of the track, it costs you so much time. So this is definitely going to be an interesting one, and it won't be over till it's over.
Oh, yeah. And Lascalar's going for Mars. That's a pretty good pick because he can climb up the wall if you fall down more easily than any other racer. Well, except for Juan Sandage, but I mean, I think the downsides for Juan Sandage actually kind of outweigh that. Davey changing around his air brake upgrade a little bit. And it looks like he will be taking Bullseye as well. So here we go.
Yeah, it's interesting he didn't use many full parts for the brakes for the last race. Wonder why he was doing that.
And let's see if any of them fall off. So far, they've both managed to stay on top and looking pretty even so far. Now the second bend, this is the easier bend. And they've both managed it. Slight lead for Zelascelar, it looks like. Ooh! And Zelascelar clipping through some walls there, but he looks pretty good through. Don't think that counts as a skip, but especially because it looked like an accident. But Zelascelar has an ever so slight lead here, but it's still anybody's race.
Yeah, that's quite a tricky one, actually.
Yeah, 52 coming out of 52 first lap for Zelascelar, 53 for Davey. So, oh, and Zelascelar falls down a little bit and jumps right back up. That's the upside of using Mars here, because he can climb so easily.
Yeah, it's definitely an advantage with this track.
However, it will require Zelascelar to slow down slightly, so Davey makes up a little bit of time. And Zelascelar pushing further ahead as he takes the shortcut a bit more aggressively. Davey actually falls down. That's going to lose him a couple seconds because he has to go through the bends.
Yeah, and Zelascelar deliberately riding the walls there.
I think that's allowed. I don't know.
I'm not 100% sure on this.
Yeah. Because there's no skips, but I don't know if that counts as one.
I think technically it's a skip because he's leaving the track. riding the walls. So.
I don't know. Maybe he's... Oh, but he crashes there. That's going to allow Davey to get back into this a little bit more. Yeah. Right now, it's still anybody's race, though. Oh, and Zelascelar crashing there. That's going to let Davey... Oh, Davey crashes. And Zelascelar crashes again. What is going on? I don't understand.
Yeah, there's so many bugs on this track. It's very hard to avoid.
But now it looks like Davey has pulled ahead at the very last second and might be able to take this victory.
Yeah, that was pretty ridiculous what we just saw there, I think.
Yeah, that was something. And Davey is going to cross the finish line with a 2:45 and win by about 4 seconds. Wow. That's something.
Yeah, Abyss is always one to watch. It's just an amazing track.
Wow. That was an interesting third lap.
But yeah, I think the rules with regards to skips need to be addressed on this track for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that needs to be declared as either a skip or not a skip. That's one of those edge cases, kind of like the Sebulba's Legacy wall ride. Is it a skip? Is it not? I think Sebulba's is considered a skip. I think that one might also be, but I am not certain. So Zelascelar will continue banning Ben. Will the Inferno ban continue as well? Scrappers. He's moving his ban around a bit. So he's moving his temporary ban to Scrappers. So now... Oh, Zelascelar is taking it to the Boonta Classic. No Ben. That's an interesting one.
We're getting some very spicy tracks today.
Yeah. So who do you pick here? I think Davey's probably going to go with Bullseye. But I would personally probably take Mahonic.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of pods you could potentially choose for this track because it's quite... I mean, Ben is potentially the fastest, but he's also very hard through these sections. And
Zelascelar is picking Nivaki.
Yeah, he seems quite
Oh
comfortable.
no, he's got the glitch. Someone tells Zelascelar to press spacebar once, and then that'll fix that. Okay, he just tabbed out again. Yeah, someone in the Twitch chat said, imagine losing a race because you crashed into nothing. That's basically how this game just goes sometimes. So it looks like we're seeing Bullseye versus Nivaki for this. Davey looks like he's changing parts around again. Is he downgrading his air brake?
Waiting for my stream to catch up. Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, I could probably understand it because his brakes are very strong, so perhaps he's just trying to keep more control with lower speeds there.
Yeah. Bull's Roar could also work here, but... Oh, actually switching to Nivaki as well. We're getting a Nivaki mirror. Huh.
Oh, well, this should be interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if Davey knows that Zelascelar has picked Nivaki.
I don't know. Based on the fact that he has to be kind of in the Discord with somebody, I don't think he has the stream open either. And Davey's not going for the skip. Does he think that's a skip?
Yeah, well, this is another track with a potential skip. Yeah.
I don't think that's a skip. I'm pretty sure that's a developer-intended shortcut, kind of like the Death Rose one.
Yes, I think that's fine. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, let's put him at a bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah, Zelascelar seems to know the track a lot better than Davey.
Zero Meaning in the Twitch chat asks, what version is this? They are playing on PC. Oh, Davey's gonna crash again. That's an unfortunate one. And Zelascelar crashes, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be enough for Davey to make up too much ground. Especially if he crashes like that.
Yeah, it's such a dangerous track, this one. There's so many places. I mean, practically everything can kill you on this track, and even if you survive it, the problem usually comes with the later laps on 2 and 3 because the pod usually takes so much damage, so you end up having to repair it.
Yeah, Zelascelar has a very significant lead here. And we'll see if Davey goes for the shortcut on oh no! Davey's pod seems to be very dead. 2 warnings and an engine fire. That's not in the best shape, I would say. But you could probably sell it on eBay at a mint condition, and someone would buy it. 155 first lap out of Zelascelar. That is definitely not bad at all.
Yeah, it looks like Davey's about 20 seconds or so behind now.
And if he fails to take the shortcut again, he's going to be a lot more behind.
I'm not sure if he knows it. I don't think he knows it.
He probably knows it exists. My thing, I think he might just think that it's considered a skip. Because, yeah, it doesn't look like he's opting to take it again.
Yeah, it's definitely not a skip, this one, though.
No, it isn't. It's a developer intended, but... That's interesting.
Maybe he just doesn't feel as comfortable with the route. That's probably the reason.
It's possible. But he seems to be dying a lot on this one anyway, so...
Yeah, well, I think he said he doesn't tend to practice a lot of the tracks, so he's more of a specialist with it.
Well, I'm taking notes down. You know, if I get to play against him, I might want to take him to Buddha Classic.
Yeah, but Zelascelar looking very solid here.
Absolutely. Timing his boosts pretty well, avoiding dangers and managing to carve out a very significant lead over Davey. And it looks like by the time he finishes second lap, was 350 for Zelascelar. So it looks like he has well over a 30-second lead here over Davey, which that's a very significant lead and not one that will easily be made up.
Yeah, definitely. And a 155 lap as well is pretty solid with neither key.
Certainly.
He's not using the top ramp through the tight hairpin chicane section. It looks like he's opting for the middle route of that 3-way split section. So that's something we don't see as much.
Yeah. It's interesting for sure. Probably have to ask him about that after the race.
I think he missed the ramp, so he felt committed to take that route. And actually, it doesn't lose a huge amount of time, so it might be a good move.
Oh, and Davey crashes there. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's a deceptively difficult section, I think, that part where David's just crashed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks very simple and easy, but it isn't. And a 5:45 out of Zelascelar. That's an excellent time for a race. Oh, but Davey, yeah, look at that. I think he crashed his pod there to deal with the warning.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's intentional.
So that's gonna put Davey still ahead, but now it's 3-2 instead of 3-1.
And Davey chooses the track.
Yep. So he's still got an advantage because he can pick the track here, and he's got the lead as well in points.
So I wonder if he'll pick another amateur circuit this time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the tracks you could pick there are Bunta Training Course, Beatos, Aqualaris, Malastare, Vengeance, and Spice Mine. Any one of those could be a good pick for him, especially something like Bunta Training Course or Spice Mine, or even Aqualaris, where there's not really any like super difficult turns. It's pretty much all just getting your boost timing right.
Yeah, and he's also very, very fast there. That's the other thing to know about this.
Mm-hmm.
Have we seen Bunter training course yet?
We have in the yeah, a couple times. I know I played it yesterday against Infro, but that didn't go well for me.
Yeah, I've watched the majority of matches, but I haven't seen that one.
Mhm. It was a good one. It went 5-3, and two of the races were within like 200 milliseconds or something. It was crazy. All right, so looks like the pod ban was Bullseye, and Zelascelar actually took out Spice Mine. Looks like that's what's going on there. And the pick is Beto's Wild Ride. Gotta
Ice
get.
Mine's a rather unusual track to ban.
Mm-hmm. Well,
In
not if you're
relative.
playing Davey, to be fair.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I was actually doing ILs on Spice Mine yesterday. Got a 250 with Ben. So yeah. Also, yeah, but Davey has. Looking at the scoreboard here, it looks like Davey has a 343 um, on Spice Mine, which puts him fourth.
Yeah, I don't think he submits all of his times on Cyberscore. So,
Mm,
but yeah, that's definitely a very good time.
definitely. Yeah, a lot of the time it's kind of like, why would I submit another score on there? Like, if you look at Vengeance one lap, the one that I have submitted there isn't my PB, because I PB'd by like another 15 milliseconds, and I didn't think it was like enough that I would just post the score, because it's like all that effort for another 15 milliseconds.
Yeah, and once again we're seeing Bedo's Wild Ride. So this is a nice track. This is definitely always an exciting one that's worth watching. So
Yeah, it's a popular track, but it's hard to be consistent on it.
Davey,
Zelascelar didn't take the tunnel, but Davey did. That's going to give him a slight advantage early on here.
yeah, and David, I think he made 250 last time he played this track. So we'll see if he does
Jeez,
that.
that's better than my PB. But yeah, I know he played this one against Ace. I think he did at least.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
And he got a very solid time here as well.
Yeah, he got 250. I think Ace got 243.
Oh! And Davey's going to crash there. That's going to give Zelascelar the lead but only very slightly. Zelascelar is actually going for the tent.
Yeah, it's always risky trying to hold the boost through that section.
And Davy's stream froze up. I can't see if he held the boost through, but considering the fact he didn't crash, I'm guessing he did.
Yeah, I think Zelascelar has used this route before as well, quite successfully as well. I mean, I think he's crashed on this occasion, but I think he was doing 55 laps with this. So.
Yeah. Davey looking incredibly solid throughout this track. He died once, but other than that, he looks so consistent.
Yeah, he could still be on for a
A 53-second lap time. That's excellent for a race. And look at that. That's a hard... That boost, when you're tilting and you're boosting up through and then you go into the tunnel, that is not as easy as it looks.
Yeah,
go too far to the left, you hit the wall. Go too far to the right, you hit the pillar. In both cases, you die.
So yeah, we could still see a sub 250 here.
Yeah. That would be incredible for Davey.
Zelascelar are opting for a different route this time. Looks like he was unhappy with his previous decision.
Yeah, but Davey just so solid, manages to rack up a big lead. And doesn't...
Yeah,
I don't think he'll get the sub 250. Oh, he did? Did he? I can't see. It's kind of... Bit rate's kind of low. Looks like he got a 249. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a good time with one crash, definitely.
Yeah, 301 isn't a bad time either, but... I mean, oh my goodness. 249, jeez.
Yeah, I think
That's
anyone
good.
should be happy with that, for sure.
Oh yeah.
So
That's
we are
gonna
on
put
match
Davey
point.
at match point. One more race for Davey and he wins. Zelascelar needs 3 to win.
It'll be Davy's first win as well, if he wins this one.
Yeah, both players were 0-2 coming into this. So Zelascelar will ban Ben. And we'll see what Davey has banned for the track temporarily. Probably not going to keep it on when Zelascelar put it on Spice Mine. He might move it back to Inferno or Scrappers, which were the previous ones he banned. He's taking out Fire Mountain. Davey likes to move his ban around a lot. So that
Yeah,
means
and I think
the only galactic tracks that are available now are Sebulba's Legacy. Yeah, that's it actually, just Sebulba's Legacy. All the other ones are done. Or banned. So we'll
I
see
think
what Zelascelar takes.
taking Davy on the amateur circuits is definitely something to think carefully about.
And he does take Sebulba's Legacy, so we are gonna see that one, the galactic track. So here we go, Sebulba's Legacy. This is one that Davey seemed kind of comfortable on, I think.
Yeah, he's very good. I think he's done a 149 with Bullseye without the skip here.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
The wall ride will not be allowed here.
Do you think? I think that time it must include the skip. I don't think it's possible to do that time without it. Thinking about it.
Zelascelar taking Neva Key. I imagine Davey will take Bullseye. No, he's taking Mahonic.
Oh, that's quite surprising because I don't think he's well, unless he's specifically practiced this. I've never seen him race Mahonic before.
I haven't either, but we'll see how it goes for him.
Yeah, and we notice he hasn't adjusted his air brake either. That's something else to notice.
Yeah. Air brake isn't used that much on this track, though. There are a few tracks where you use it a lot, but Sebulba's I don't think is one of them.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah.
And yeah, it looks like they're pretty evenly matched at the beginning here.
Yeah, we have a nice sync.
But Zelascelar will get to hold the longer boost there. That will give him a bit more of an advantage, but... Oh, that crash won't. And now Davey probably going to be able to have a very significant lead here based on that crash alone.
Yeah, it was
A 42 first lap.
So it's very easy to die there. And we see also that he took the left fork as well, which is also less common to see.
Yeah.
So Davey on a 42 lap, Zelascelar on a 48.
Yep. It's about a 6-second lead for Davey. That's not an easy one to make up on a track that's this small. But anything can happen. And that's almost a sub 40 for Davey. Wow, that's great. A 40.58. And a 42.58 coming out of Zelascelar, pretty much exactly 2 seconds slower for that single lap.
Yeah, I
So
think
now
Mahonic
he's-
is an advantage here.
I think he's about like 8 seconds behind now, or maybe closer to 10. But that crash from Davey will allow Zelascelar to catch up a little bit. But will it be enough? And it doesn't look like it will be, and that looks like it's going to be Davey taking the win 5-2 off of a 2:08. Wow.
That was a fun match.
So, yeah, trying to figure out how. There we go. So Davey takes the win 5-2. GG's.
Yeah, and it was good. We saw a lot of interesting tracks with this round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that Mahonic pick, obviously, I think it paid off.
Yeah, definitely. 2:08 is a very respectable time on this track for a race with Mahonic.
Yeah, so we'll see if we can get our players for an interview.
Mm-hmm. Zelascelar looks like he's declining. But Davey might still join us. Although Zelascelar might join us, so it's looking like I don't know.
Yeah, I've clicked on it, yeah.
David.
Yeah,
There we
yeah,
go.
hello.
Hey, Davey.
Yeah, my first win.
Congratulations.
Yeah, just thank you for Zelascelar for the race. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, yeah.
Yeah,
I thought you would have had that one at the end where I crashed. I thought you might have won that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it certainly got a bit closer after that, but
Yeah.
he lost a bit of time on Crash himself earlier on.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Well, lucky for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Right. Yeah. I'm just happy I finally won a game.
Mm-hmm.
So I have been practicing. A few more tracks, and like compared to Monday, I have been practicing like a lot of more Barunda tracks. But
Mm-hmm.
sorry. a classic, I've not done that one at all. So I think I'm going to have a bit practice on that one. And I think I picked the wrong pod too as well. Neither key wasn't very good.
Yeah. Also on Winter Classic, I noticed you opted not to take the shortcut at the beginning.
Yeah, go to go right. Yes, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Was that
Sorry.
was that like you just decided not to do it because you didn't feel consistent on it?
Yeah. That's why I've decided no, because I've had no practice on it whatsoever.
Mhm.
Yeah,
All
but
right. Well, you did very well.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
looks like that's about everything then.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'd like to thank everybody for commentating and for streaming and.
mhm. All right. Well, say thank you to Speed Gaming for hosting. Thank you to Davey and Zelascelar for coming out and racing. Thanks to Mikey for joining me with the commentary. And yeah, so we'll see you guys later. I believe there's currently a game happening on the Speed Gaming main channel between Metallica and Mystery Liquid. It could be over by now, but I don't know. But there will be a match later today as well at 8 o'clock Eastern Time between Lightning Pirate and Herald on Speed Gaming 4. So make sure to tune in for that. All right, see y'all later.
Bye.
Yeah, so thanks, Ronnie, for letting me join in. It was great.
hmm
Yeah, congratulations, Davey.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Mike. Thanks very much. I thought. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
so it was interesting to
yeah.
see. It was interesting to see you pick Mahonic as well. I didn't know that you'd practiced with him, but it looked in general like you'd prepared really well for this.
Yeah, I've had a bit of practice with Mohonic on Sebulba's Legacy. Yeah, not too much though. I think it can be. I can do a little bit better, but no, I need and as I was saying at this before, I need a new joystick. This one's old as hell, and it's just too slow.
Yeah,
In racing, practicing with Bullseye all day. Oh, the best seems very.
yeah. It was pretty clear you'd been practicing some of the Barunda tracks. I mean, I noticed it, but I think didn't you race Baru Coast with somebody else on your last? Was it? I think your last round.
On Monday, yeah. And
Yeah, because
I
you.
can't remember what. I think it was, but I think it was in the 6 minutes box or something.
Yeah, you looked so much better today. It was good to see. You'd obviously prepared well for this, so congrats.
Yeah, like I say, just practice makes perfect. I'm gonna, like I say, I need a new joystick. This one's, but I can get through the rest of the tournament if obviously how far I go, which is probably not very far, but I'll try and use it as much as I can. But yeah, I'm so happy I won me.
All right, and with that, we should probably wrap this up.
Okay, well, thank you, Mike. Thank you, Ace, and thank you to everybody else who was there.
Yep,
And
and
I
see you all
really
next time.
bye bye.
hmm